Due to cervical screening, the cervical cancer rates have halved in this country since the 1980s, and that's largely because the majority of women who've been invited for their screening test have come forward to have that test.
Hi, I'm Hannah James. I've got an appointment with the practice nurse at 9.
Yes, that's right, if you'd like to take a seat.
The nurse is a woman, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Thanks.
So, how was it?
It was fine, actually. It was all over really quickly. I had to get undressed from the waist down. You do that in private. And then I had to lie down on a couch.
Okay, Hannah, so I'm Flick, and you've come for your screening today.
Yeah.
I just need to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
So you live at 8 Marsh Road,
Yeah.
and your date of birth is the 1st of March 1981.
Yeah.
When was your last period?
2 weeks ago.
And do you use any contraceptives?
Yes, I'm on the pill.
Okay, so I've noticed you didn't come for your first screening, but don't worry, I'll explain it all to you.
Okay.
So what I'll get you to do is if you go behind the curtain, and then if you take your underwear off and pull your skirt up and just lie up onto the couch.
Okay.
And then I'll get you to bring your feet up towards your bottom and rest your knees open. I'll be using a plastic speculum, which is an instrument that will go into the vagina so I can see your cervix. It shouldn't be painful, but it may be a little bit uncomfortable. But if you just say, then I can stop.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, if you'd like to go across. Some women may feel discomfort. They should try to relax, which I understand is not that easy. Some women may also feel embarrassment, and if they wear a skirt, that might make them feel better because they could keep it on through the procedure. Okay, Hannah, if you just rest your knees open. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the speculum in. It may feel a little bit uncomfortable. Just let me know if it's too uncomfortable, we can stop. I'm just going to take the cells off your cervix now. It may feel like a bit of tummy ache. Okay, all done. Okay, if you just pop your clothes back on.
95% of women will have a normal test, and they will be invited for a repeat test in 3 or 5 years, depending on their age and what age they will be by the time the repeat test is due. Of the remainder, a small proportion will need a repeat test because the first test cannot be adequately read or examined in the laboratory, and that's a matter of 1 or 2%.
So not as bad as you expected?
No, it was fine.
Okay, so I'm going to send your sample to the lab and you're going to receive your results in a letter.
Okay, great.
And that's it, all finished.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And did it hurt?
Not really, it's more a bit uncomfortable. But it was over really quickly and the nurse was actually really gentle. Oh, I did my yoga breathing, which was actually really helpful. So it comes in handy in everyday situations.
About 5% of women will receive an abnormal result, and of those, the majority will have minor abnormal changes in their cells from their cervix, and they'll be recommended to have a repeat test in 6 months. Most of those changes heal up and go away, and so one just wants to check 6 months later. Of the remainder, which are the minority of women with abnormal cell changes, they will be referred for colposcopy. Colposcopy is a particular method of examining the cervix and is usually conducted in a hospital outpatient department.
So, what happens next?
The nurse said that I'll get my results by letter. There's an outside chance that I might have to have the test done again if they can't analyse the sample properly, but they'll get in touch if there's any problem.
Treatment is nearly 100% effective. Sometimes we treat cell changes on the cervix that would not necessarily have developed into cancer. But since we cannot tell which changes will and which will not necessarily develop into cancer, we have to treat all women the same. Screening cannot detect every abnormality of the cervix, but we know that it prevents up to 75% of cases of cervical cancer.
Hi again. Well, phew. Got my test result letter today. It says my result is normal. I'm so relieved. Michelle's coming round in a while. Time to break out the chocolate cake, I think. So, I went for my screening test and got a normal result. So here's to me.
Well done, Hannah. Good for you.
I'm glad I went in the end, and I'll definitely go again in 3 years' time. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be, and it was quick. Now I can forget about it. What about you? Do you think you go for it now?
Well, I have told my doctor my new address, so I can at least be invited to do it and then make up my mind. But from what you've said, it doesn't sound all that bad after all. So I may even be asking my doctor about booking an appointment soon.
Yay!